So today what I'll be making is what some buddies of mine call the napalm bread. It takes fresh jalapenos, fresh habaneros, both of them seeded and stemmed, and then diced. And it takes you can get at the frozen section at Walmart. It's Rhodes bread, and it comes in a 3-pack. To prepare the bread, you need to take it out the night before, and then lightly grease a bread pan, put it in the refrigerator, and let it sit overnight to thaw out. And then in the morning, take it out. It takes about 4 to 5 hours to rise. You let it rise 1 inch above the bread pan. Those instructions are on the bag. The next thing you'll be doing is you'll need whatever type of cheese you want. I'm actually using 2 different types of cheese. I'm using a shredded Mexican blend 4 cheese, as well as a aged cheddar cheese that is chipotle habanero flavored. So for the aged cheddar cheese, because it comes in a block, I had to cut the cheese pieces to small cubes. The shredded cheese obviously is already done. So once the bread rises, you'll take it out and you'll cut it in half, so that way you'll end up making 2 loaves out of this. And then what you want to do is obviously wash your hands right before, and then run the bread out, so that way it'll be ready for to put your toppings on. So that's what I'll be doing right now, just kind of kneading this out, just to get a little base of cheese on here, and just kind of like shred it. Not a whole lot. And then you want a good about half and half of jalapeno habaneros. It's going to take a lot more habaneros to match the amount of jalapenos you end up using. But you need a kind of a good basis, different color combination, pretty much even. I like a little bit more orange than green. Makes it a little spicier. Now for the cheese. I put the cheese on here. I do separate it pretty good. Reason being is when the cheese starts to melt, it releases air, and when it releases the air, if the cheese is too close together or there's too much, it just it causes air pockets, and then it pushes through the dough while it's baking, and it creates holes. I sprinkle a little bit more shredded cheese on the top of it, and then rolling it just like a burrito. Just roll it up. And that's pretty much it right here. Next thing I'll do is I like to put a little bit of sprinkle of peppers on it. Not that it really matters, they dry out when it cooks, but looks nice going in. And then you preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and then you put it in. And my oven's already been preheated, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the oven. It usually cooks about 32 to 34 minutes. So, and you'll know because it'll be a nice brown color. So I took the bread out of the oven. It has a nice brown crust on it. Pretty much this is what it should look like when it's done, and you have to let it cool for a while. The insides of it's really, really hot as the cheese is all nice and melted and gooey. So once it cools off, which takes a couple hours, it'll be ready to eat. Thank you, and enjoy your bread.